Aloha guys, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Ginger and today I wanted to share kind of a bit of a shorter and very gentle stretchy sequence. I am super sore today, so I find that even on the days where I'm really sore, I just can't help but move. I'm a very active person. I'm always either out walking or hiking or doing yoga or exercising or dancing or running, you get it. So on the days where I'm really sore, I still feel the need to kind of move. I like to move, I like to let the energy roll through. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be serious, but she's so funny. So yes, this is going to be a shorter, sweet sequence designed around basically just what I do. This is what I do when my muscles feel sore, when I feel tired. So let's begin. We're just going to start in a seat. Just a regular seat. Just a regular seat. What would be an irregular seat? I don't know. Sit any way that feels comfortable for you. You can sit on your shins. Knees can be crossed. Let's just take a moment to sit tall out of the waist. So lifting spine. Maybe taking a moment to soften the eyes. Relax the gaze. Relax the jaw. And maybe this is the first time we check in with body today. We're just going to take a moment to set up the breath before we get into movement. So maybe even scanning body and seeing if there's any way you can support yourself with anything that body, your mind, your spirit needs. Noticing anything that appears in our conscious mind and maybe sending it breath, releasing it. As thoughts pop up, it's okay. It happens to all of us. And it's not about having your mind blank as much as it is about being the observer in this moment and noticing patterns or thoughts that come up and then just letting them go and not beating yourself up for having these very human things that we get to experience in our time incarnated here as human beings, and oh so much more. So eyes are closed. Let's just begin. Maybe hands on knees. We're gonna round the back body, tuck chin in towards chest, opening the back of the heart to the sky. And on your inhale, we're gonna roll the shoulders on the back body, lift the chest, maybe eyes softly open, keeping the same softness in the gaze though, if possible. On your exhale, we're gonna round the back body, tucking chin into chest, tucking tailbone. And on your inhale, scapula rolls on back body, pull the chest through, lift the gaze. So some seated cat-cows. On your exhale, we're gonna roll shoulders forward, tuck the tailbone, round back body. Let's just take two more, moving at your own pace with your own breath, so that this practice can truly be yours. Taking one more. And we're just gonna meet in a neutral spine. And this may look different for you if you're sitting on your shins, but we're just gonna come forward into kind of a wide table. So knees are still underneath, aligned with the hips. They're just going to be as wide as the mat. Hands come underneath the shoulders, and on your inhale, roll shoulders on back body and soften hips down. So kind of a wide Bhujangasana situation. Option here to lift the toes, to tap, keeping knees wide. On your inhale, we're gonna come back through our wide table, and on your exhale, we're gonna press ourselves, lowering the hips back down to child's pose. And we're just gonna flow like that. Let's take a few more, moving at your own pace. Inhaling to come up. Exhale, roll shoulders on back body. Pull the heart through, lowering the hips. Oh yeah. Inhale to center. Exhale to push yourself back, finding child's pose. Moving at your own pace with your own breath. It's okay if you're not moving at the exact pace that I am. For everybody is different. There is some noise outside. I hope that's not too loud. We're all gonna meet in our child's pose, and on our inhale, we're just gonna come up into a tabletop, and we're just gonna take one more round of cat-cow. So rolling shoulders on back body, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, and on your exhale, let's play with rippling from the tailbone up the spine, rounding back body, pressing into hands to lift the back body as if the back of the heart could reach the sky. And now we're just gonna come through neutral. We're just gonna shift our weight forward and back. It doesn't have to look like anything. We're just getting into the wrists a little bit, starting to warm up the spine, wrists. You could even take little circles. It doesn't have to look like anything fancy, just inviting some movement into body. And when you're ready, let's just meet through our table. On your inhale, we're gonna reach right fingertips high. Exhale to thread right arm underneath the left elbow. If you practice with me before, you know this is one of my favorites. Pressing into the left hand to twist upper body. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe left hand comes behind the back to find the outer right thigh. Opening the chest here. This could be where you stay. Maybe left fingertips reach for the left toes, and if you have the bind, maybe you find a little kick. Just to play with our balance. Always fun. When you're ready, let's release. We're just gonna swap it out. Inhale to reach up through the right fingertips. Exhale to release. Inhale to reach up through the left fingertips. Exhale to thread left arm underneath the right elbow. So left ear softens against the mat. We're just going to press into right hand to twist upper body. This could be where you stay, or maybe right fingertips come behind the back to meet left thigh. So we're kind of pressing into left shoulder here. Deepening this twist. Stretching the shoulder. This could be where you stay, or maybe right fingertips reach for right toes. And if you have the bind, maybe you find a little kick. Keeping core strong here. Right glute very engaged. If you're ready, let's release the bind, coming back through center. Inhale to reach up through the left fingertips. Exhale to release left hand next to right, and from here let's just take a couple steps forward with the hands, staying on fingertips if possible. We're just gonna bounce the shoulders here. This is another one of my absolute favorites. All right, from here we're just gonna come back onto sitting on our shins, maybe keeping the toes tucked. Inhale to reach arms up overhead. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Right hand is going to reach for the left wrist, and on your exhale, let's just lean over to the right. Giving the wrists a break and inviting a nice stretch to the left side body, side belly, as my little sister would say. Inhale to center, lift up out of the waist, and on your exhale, we're going to swap it out. Left hand reaches for the right wrist. On your inhale, let's come back through center. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to play with lowering forearms. Lift the tailbone, lift the knees. So we're in a dolphin pose. Let's just walk toes forward and press into the hands and into the forearms to pull the heart to the back of the room. And from here, let's press into the hands, lifting up, downward facing. First one of the day. Maybe we take a couple cycles of breath here to pedal out the feet. You can sway hips from side to side. Nice side body, belly stretches. Or maybe you prefer to stay in stillness. That's all right too. On your exhale, we're going to soften forearms back down. Walk the toes in a little bit and press into the hands and into the forearms to pull the heart to the back of the room. And either lift back up into down dog, or maybe we press into the hands, lift the elbows, coming forward through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach right toes high. Exhale, right knee into nose. We're just going to hold for a moment, really contracting the core here to pressing into the hands to create space and shoulders to step the right foot through. And when you're ready, let's just step it through. Finding that compression in the hips, let's just lower left knee down. And on your exhale, we're just going to straighten right leg out. Pulling right toes in. Maybe we even shift right foot forward a little bit. Nice stretch in the back of the right leg. Lengthening out here. Lengthening out the spine. Let's just soften head down. Bowing down any amount. Maybe relaxing the head. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you press into the hands to lift the heel, really using your core more than anything. And on your exhale, let's release heel down if it wasn't already. On your inhale, we're going to bend into the right knee. Come forward, arms reach up overhead. We have found Anjaneyasana. Maybe hands can basket behind the head, finding a little pull. Open the shoulders, open the heart, opening the chest here. Maybe little baby back bend, pulling the heart through. From here, we're going to release hands by our side. So we're using the full range of motion in the shoulders. And on your exhale, we're just going to re-straighten into the right leg. Oh yeah, so we're going to take that movement a couple more times, starting to build some movement, some mobility into the hips and into the shoulders. On your inhale, we're going to rebend into the right knee. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale to release the hands down by your side, making big circles, straighten out right leg. You could even lift right heel here, using the strength of the core in between every little flow. On your inhale, let's rebend into the right knee. Arms reach up overhead, inviting length into the front of the left hip. And on your exhale, we're going to circle the arms back around, straightening into right leg. Maybe lifting right heel. On your inhale, we're going to rebend into the right knee. Arms reach up overhead. And actually here, we're just going to find a little side stretch, inviting in so much length into the front of the left hip. So we're kind of shifting hips down and forward. And now we're just going to swap it out. Side stretch to the left. On your inhale, let's come back through center. Exhale to plant the hands to frame out right foot. Let's lift up left knee, and we're just going to kick right toes back, coming into three-legged plank. On your inhale, kick right toes high. Three-legged down dog. Taking an in-breath here, and on your exhale, let's bend the knee, open up the hip. You can start to take some circles here with the ankle. Maybe you take really big exaggerated circles with the knee. So kind of stacking right hip over the left here. Maybe we reverse the circles. On your inhale, let's re-straighten right leg. And either releasing right toes next to left, or maybe we take a bend into the elbows and scoop ourselves forward, coming through a one-legged flow. We're all gonna meet in our downward facing Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to reach, sweep left toes high. Exhale, left knee into nose, pressing into hands to create kind of a rounding in the upper back body, creating space to step it through, keeping core very strong. When you're ready, step it through. Find that compression by sinking the hips. And when you're ready, we're gonna soften right knee down to the earth. Exhale to straighten out left leg. Maybe we shift left foot forward a little bit to find more of a stretch in the back of left leg. Lengthening out here. And again, we're gonna take that same flow. So maybe we engage lower core to lift left heel up just a little bit. On your exhale, let's release left heel down. Inhale to bend into left knee. Arms reach up overhead. And on your exhale, we're gonna use the full range of motion in our shoulders to circle the arms all the way back around until they could touch the mat beneath you by your side. So we're pulling heart through here and straightening out left leg. Bowing down for a moment. Inviting length into the back of the left leg, all the way from the crown of the head down the spine. Again, maybe we lift left heel here, any amount. And when you're ready, let's soften left heel down, rebend into left knee. Arms reach up overhead, high crescent. Maybe this time we could even bring arms behind us, so circle arms back down. We could even find an interlace in the hands, pulling heart through here, inviting length in the front of the right hip. Let's take one big cycle of breath here. And when you're ready, release the hands and lengthen out left leg. Maybe lifting left heel for a moment. When you're ready, releasing left heel down, rebending into left knee. Arms reach up overhead. And let's just do that one more time. So it's all kind of a simultaneous movement. Lifting left heel up. And releasing left heel down, rebend into left knee. Arms reach up overhead, finding Anjaneyasana. And from here, we're just gonna release hands to frame out left foot. Lift right knee from the mat. And we're just gonna bring left knee into nose. Kick left foot back, so left glute is engaged. Core is strong. Three-legged plank. Inhale to sweep left toes high. Three-legged down dog. On your exhale, take a bend in left knee, open up the hip. Either taking some circles with the left ankle, or maybe some big circles with the left knee. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I felt that coming too. I need to find a better way to clip my mic. So we're all gonna meet back in our three-legged down dog, either releasing left toes next to the right, or maybe scooping ourselves forward through a one-legged flow, all meeting in our downward facing Adho Mukha Svanasana, taking one full cycle of breath here before we move into our main flow. But first, let's just meet at the top of the mat. So let's come really high onto the toes. Take a deep bend in the knees, and on your exhale, step, hop, walk your way to the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift and lengthen out the spine. Exhale to release it down. Inhale, rides the breath all the way up. Arms reach up overhead, and on your exhale, tuck the tailbone, engage glutes, engage core. Cactus out the arms, so elbows pointing towards the side. Cactus out the arms, that's what I said. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, lift up out of the waist, and on your exhale, we're gonna dive heart down, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen out the spine. And on your exhale, release Uttanasana. Let's plant the hands, taking your flow of choice. Maybe we step back into plank and play with softening knees down, lowering chest down by bending into the elbows, finding kind of a puppy shape. Exhale to press into the hands, round the back body, chin into chest. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bend into the elbows, soften chest down. Untuck the toes, and like a wave, we're going to ripple from the tailbone all the way up, landing in baby bhujangasana. Option to lift the hands using the strength of the back to lift the chest here. On your exhale, we're going to plant hands down. Maybe we push up into plank. Exhale to pull tailbone back. Downward facing dog. We're going to take the same flow, but now we're going to add on to it. Inhale to sweep right toes high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. And now we're just going to bring right knee down the forearm to tap right wrist. Right knee, left wrist. Right knee, left elbow. Now we're just going to bring right knee into nose, and we're going to step it through. Let's soften left knee down to the earth once again. On your exhale, let's straighten out right leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Option now to even go further. So go as far as you can. Maybe not taking a full split yet, but you know, option to go a little bit further. And we're just gonna meet in our Ardha Hanumanasana. If you went further than that, rebend into right knee, lift up out of the waist, arms reach up overhead. From here for a moment, let's just press left elbow into right knee, find a nice deep twist, gazing off the right shoulder. Oh yeah. And on your exhale, we're just gonna plant hands to the left side of right foot and come onto the the left heel. So hips over the right heel. We have found Skandasana to the right. Taking a moment here, maybe lowering hips down. It's okay if you're on your toes, just experiencing this shape, this stretch in the body. And maybe from here we lower hips all the way down, however it is that you need to get there. And let's just play with softening left forearm down to the earth and reaching right fingertips up and over. So right fingertips sweep towards the back of the room, bringing some length and bring some length in the side body, and also opening up right hip here. It's okay to feel uncomfortable, but if you feel any pain, definitely back out of this shape. Now we're just gonna come back through center, and maybe this is where you stay. Maybe left hand comes to the outer left side of the mat, well, what is now the left side. So behind your left glute and left toes are gonna point out. Lift yourself up, kind of a funky side plank situation. Lifting hips, pressing into left hand. Breathing into any sensations that arise. Maybe we play with taking a bend into right knee again and then re-straightening. Feeling how this warms up spine, glutes. When you're ready, we're just gonna meet back in our Skandasana, and now let's just bring right knee to tap the inside of left knee. So now we're facing the back of the mat, right leg is in kind of a half hero's pose. Arms reach up overhead, and on your exhale, let's just bow down. Maybe releasing head. It's okay if you need a strap here. Maybe you find the bottom of left foot, just bow down. When you're ready, let's come back through center, finding Skandasana once again. And we're just gonna pivot over to the back of the mat, taking a bend into left knee. We're gonna keep right knee off the earth this time. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. High crescent. Maybe we even interlace all the fingers except for the pointer and the thumb. And on your exhale, we're just gonna twist over to the left. So left fingertips reach back, right fingertips reach forward. Maybe we bend deeper into left knee. Maybe we find the reverse. Left fingertips on right thigh, right hand up and over. On your exhale, let's cartwheel right hand down. Left fingertips sweep all the way forward. And on your exhale, we're gonna come to the outer edge of both feet, softening right hips down. Left fingertips reach to what is now the back of the room. On your next exhale, we're gonna pivot all the way around, finding Skandasana on the left. Take a big in-breath here. And on your exhale, we're just gonna come into Warrior Two, bending into right knee, fingertips extend. Gazing off right fingertips here. Inhale to reverse your warrior, and on your exhale, we're gonna cartwheel the hands down to frame out the right foot, step right toes back, maybe taking your flow of choice, coming straight into downward facing. And now we're gonna do that whole thing again on the second side. It's a fun one. Inhale to sweep left toes high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Now we're gonna slide left knee all the way down the forearm till it finds the left wrist. And now across the body to find right wrist. Left knee, right elbow. Now we're just gonna bring left knee into nose, creating space here to step it through. So really pressing into the hands to lift the back of the heart. And if you're ready, let's step it through. Finding that compression in the hips. When you're ready, we're gonna soften right knee down. On your exhale, straighten out left leg. From here again, option to come further than half splits. You can shift left foot forward by kind of shaking it or pivoting it side to side. If you're not ready for splits, just meet yourself where you're at. Even if that's just like a centimeter, an inch more, or maybe you stay in Ardha Hanumanasana and that's perfect too. I'm definitely more warmed up now, so it's easier for me on this side. But we're here for just a moment. This isn't really a splits class, although maybe I will do a splits class eventually. We're just gonna meet in our Ardha Hanumanasana once again. If you're ready, and on your inhale, we're gonna re-bend into left knee. Lift up out of the waist, arms reach up overhead. Anjaneyasana. On your exhale, we're just gonna twist over to the left. Right elbow presses into left knee to deepen this twist. Okay, sorry, gazing off left shoulder. We are here for just a minute. Take a big in-breath, and on your exhale, we're gonna plant hands to the inside of left foot. And we're gonna come to the heel of right foot, keeping a bend in left knee, so hips over, left foot, Skandasana on the left. Taking a couple big cycles of breath here, so right toes are pointing up. Maybe this is where you stay, maybe you're on your toes. It's okay if you need props, just meet yourself where you're at. You don't even have to accept yourself, because accepting yourself would mean that there's something that needs accepting. So maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you release right forearm down and lift left fingertips, reaching left fingertips towards the back of the room, but trying to keep the same opening in the left hip, so left knee still pointing up. This is kind of a funky shape, but allow yourself to explore it, meet yourself where you're at, and of course if there's any pain, then back out of it, or maybe take a gentler, more gentle variation. When you're ready, let's come back through Skandasana, lifting back up, lifting hips back up. And so I had to adjust my position a little bit. I didn't have space because of the island. So we're gonna twist over to the right. Right fingertips reach, press into the earth behind you, and we're just gonna lift the hips, pressing into kind of a funky wild thing side plank situation here. And maybe we play with lowering the hips and then lifting hips back up. Maybe we stay in stillness. When you're ready, let's release hips back down. Maybe this is where we stay. Maybe we bring left knee in to tap right knee. So we're facing the back of the mat now. Right toes stay pointing up, left leg, there's a bend in the left knee. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, and on your exhale, we're just gonna bow down any amount. You can use a strap. Maybe hands are just by your side, inviting length to the back of right leg. When you're ready, we're just gonna come back up through center, finding Skandasana over the left foot. So Skandasana on the left again. And from here, we're just gonna come all the way around to the back of the mat, keeping left knee lifted. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, high crescent. Maybe we interlace all fingers except for the pointer and the thumb. And isolating a nice shoulder opener here. And on your exhale, we're gonna open up to the right. Left fingertips reach forward, right fingertips reach back. Maybe taking even a deeper bend into right knee. Maybe we find the reverse for a moment. Right fingertips, left thigh, left fingertips up and over. And on your exhale, we're gonna cartwheel left hand down. Right fingertips reach all the way forward, pressing into left hand to twist upper body. Inhale here, and on your exhale, we're gonna pivot to the outer edge of both feet, softening left hip down. Right fingertips reach back. Revolved Skandasana. Inhale here, and on your exhale, we're gonna pivot all the way around Skandasana, back on the right. Hands could come to heart center. We're gonna take a big inhale here, and on our exhale, we're just gonna come all the way forward, finding Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Bending into left knee, arms extend, gazing off the left fingertips. Inhale to reverse your warrior, and on your exhale, we're gonna cartwheel the hands down, step it back, taking your flow of choice. We're all gonna meet in a down dog. Take one big inhale and let it go. And on your next inhale, right toes sweep high. Exhale to release right foot to the outer right side of the mat. Let's soften left knee down. So shifting the hips down and forward here. Let's come high onto the fingertips, pull the heart through. We're here just for a moment to invite length, and we're starting to cool things down. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you release forearms down. And if you did release forearms down, I'm gonna invite that we take a walk over to the left with the upper body. Allowing hips to soften down. When you're ready, let's come back through center, lift left knee up. Let's find a little shift forward and back. Just for a moment. From here, we're gonna press into the hands, and we're just gonna take a big step forward with left foot. So landing in our Malasana yogi squat. Hands can come to heart center. You can use the elbows to press into the knees, open the hips, lift the chest. And on your exhale, hands come to opposite ankle, around the back body. Open the back of the heart to the sky, so we're pulling on our ankles here. Again, lift the chest. And on your exhale, hands come to opposite ankles. Maybe opposite hand on top this time if you can remember which one it was. I should have cued that. Not that it doesn't make a big difference. And if you're ready, from here, we're gonna plant the hands, lift the hips, and we're just gonna heel toe feet directly under the hips. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen out the spine. Exhale to release. Inhale, rides the breath all the way up. Arms reach up overhead. And we're gonna do the second side, of course. But first, I just wanna do one last stretchy thing while we're standing. So, slight tuck of the tailbone. On your exhale, right hand reaches for the left wrist. We're leaning over to the right, making sure that our weight is still on left foot. And now maybe we bring weight to the right foot and bring left toes to the outer right side of the mat, kind of even accentuating this side body, side stretch even a little bit more. Inhale to come back through Tadasana. Exhale to swap it out. Left hand to right wrist, leaning over to the left. So weight is under right foot mostly right now. And now maybe we swap it out, bringing right toes to the outer left side of the mat, bending into left knee. Inhale to come back through center. Exhale to bow down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, let's plant the hands. I'm gonna give you any option you would like for a flow. I'm gonna take a crow pose. You could step back, hop back, handstand, whatever's in your practice, really. We're all gonna meet in our downward facing dog to do the second side. On your inhale, left toe sweep high. Exhale to release left foot on the outer left side of the mat, so outside of left hand. From here, we're gonna press hips down and forward, and we're just gonna soften right knee down to the earth. Maybe we come onto fingertips to begin just pulling heart through. And from here, taking any variation that feels good in body, just inviting some length into the front of the right hip. If you're on your forearms, maybe you twist or take a couple walks over to the right with the upper body. Nice side stretch. Of course, you can stay in center. You can bend into right knee. This is your practice. On your inhale, we're gonna come back through center, lift right knee up, and we're just gonna shift forward and back. So coming onto kind of the ball of right foot and then forward onto the right toes, just shifting our weight forward and back here. And from here, let's take a bend into right knee and take a big step forward. Malasana Yogi Squat. From here, we're just gonna slowly release the hips down, bring feet together, knees wide. Finding Baddha Konasana. Maybe we use elbows to press into knees, open up the hips. And maybe we bow down in Yamut. When you're ready, let's come back through center, knees come together. Let's just bring hands by our side and extend legs in front of us. And from here, we're gonna press into the hands, press into the feet to lift ourselves up, finding reverse table, pulling the heart, reverse plank, pulling the heart through for just a moment, lifting the hips, keeping core strong. From here, let's come onto the heels, take a deep bend into the knees, pressing hips forward any amount. This could be a lot for the wrists, so make sure you're not going more farther than feels supported in body. And now we're just gonna take a tiny step forward with the feet, and on your inhale, lift the hips. Reverse table. Maybe this is where we stay. Maybe we find the outer right foot with the left hand. Playing with our balance. And now let's release it down. Maybe this is where we stay. Maybe we swap it out. Keeping glutes very strong. Coming back through center, and when you're ready, let's just shift hips back down. So legs are extended in front of us. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale to bow down. Letting go of the head here. From here, we're just gonna bring the feet wide, so finding kind of a straddle. Sorry. And from here, let's release right forearm down, lift left fingertips all the way up and over to the right. Maybe you can even find right toes with the left fingers. This is not really about reaching your feet though, it's more about inviting some length to the left side body. When you're ready, let's come back through center, bow down any amount. Make sure that your toes are pointing up though. Let's come back through center and swap it out. Left forearm reaches down. And we're gonna reach up through right fingertips. Maybe right fingertips reach left toes. As long as you have integrity in this side stretch. When you're ready, let's come back through center. Bow down again, any amount. And when you're ready, we're gonna come back into our seat. Keeping knees bent, let's slowly roll down the spine, finding our way on our backs. So to start, let's just bring feet under knees basically, and so by the hips. We're gonna strengthen out the core first and foremost, engage into the glutes to lift the hips, finding bridge, maybe hands interlace, lifting the chest here. Maybe we engage the glutes to lift the hips even more. Let's release it down. Option to take one more, or maybe hands come by your ears. Engage into the core first, and first also we're gonna lift the hips using the strength of the glutes, and now press into the hands to lift upper body as well, finding wheel. Taking any variation that feels good in your body. Just make sure that you feel supported in the spine here. Couple cycles of breath, feeling oh so good. And on your exhale, chin comes into chest to release. Let's keep knees wide, feet come together. And let's bring hands to cactus, so palms facing up. Mirroring this shape in the hips with our shoulders as shoulders and hips basically in essence mirror each other. I had to restart my video because my camera only films for 30 seconds. But so we're cactusing out to the arms. We're in Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Taking a moment here to invite some light in. We're palms facing up symbolizes allowing ourselves to receive. So receiving, opening the heart here. And when you're ready, let's plant the feet again. And we're gonna bring knees into chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. So hands to opposite elbows. Bring knees into nose. Squeeze yourself really tight and just think about someone you love. Or think about anything that you love. Like, the sun came up today and this is just such a beautiful time to be alive, and there's so much transformation going around, and the earth is spinning in perfection with the sun and other planets and just anything that you love. Just squeeze yourself really, really tight though. And on your exhale, we're gonna release shoulders down, keeping the clasp around the knees, bringing knees into chest. So compression in the hips. Maybe starting to soften the eyes. And from here, we're just gonna bring arms, From here, we're just gonna bring arms out to cactus or to a T. We're gonna release knees over to the left. Taking our final supine twist. So maybe you find eagle legs. Maybe this is where you stay. This is a really nice, gentle one. Maybe left hand reaches for the outer edge of the right foot. And we extend right leg long to the left, Maybe right fingertips reach for the left toes and you find a little pull. Just as long as both of your shoulders are engaged with the earth beneath us. Taking one big in breath here and maybe releasing it through the mouth. When you're ready, let's come back through center. Right ankle stacks over left thigh. Let's just pull left knee in. When you're ready, let's swap it out. So knees come into the chest, arms out to cactus or to a T. Let's just roll over to the right. So releasing knees down to the right, taking our final supine twist. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe right hand reaches for the outer edge of the left foot. I always get that mixed up. Maybe left fingertips reach for the right toes and you find a little pull here. Twisting out the body, opening the heart, releasing, relaxing into the supportive earth beneath us, allowing ourselves to feel held because we're always held. We just disallow ourselves, as I always say. But you can never not be in alignment with yourself. We're always exactly where we're meant to be, and that might resonate with you and it might not, but I like to think that everything that we go through serves our highest purpose. It's how we learn our lessons, which usually we find are actually just blessings in disguise. Or maybe they weren't in disguise. Maybe you're just getting straight up blessings too, which I believe there are so many blessings every single day. Anyways, when you're ready, let's release to stack left ankle over right thigh. We're just gonna pull right knee into the chest, inviting a nice stretch into the outer left hip. And if you're ready, we're just gonna release left foot down next to the right. We're just gonna find a happy baby for a moment. So hands to the outer edges of the feet. Let's just take a nice gentle rock from side to side. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you could extend both legs long. I am so tight today that I don't even know if I can do this. Oof. Taking any final movements that you need. Going to land in our Savasana. So when you're ready, let's just release legs in front of us. Hands come by our side, palms to face up. Taking a moment to relax and release into the earth beneath us. As I said, maybe we allow ourselves to feel supported, kind of like babies and children, they feel supported. We could feel like that too. We just disallow ourselves of the infinite well-being that is already there for us with our worries and our troubles. But if you think about it, nothing matters very much. This is a temporary experience. All of our problems are just temporary. Eventually the sun comes out again and we make it through. What is one little problem in comparison to the span of eternity? We are eternal beings, and our problems, our anxieties, our worries do not define who we are, because who we are is bigger than we can even begin to imagine. We may think we know, we may think we have an idea of what we truly are, and maybe we do, but I personally believe that we don't know anything. Or maybe we do, maybe we know. I just like to believe that we are so immensely just infinite and expansive and beautiful that we can't even begin to imagine everything that we are and all of the power and knowledge that we hold. That's the thing, we come into these bodies and they serve us so well, but they're very limited in their abilities to think and rationalize sometimes. But we are far more than we believe ourselves to be, and you are far more powerful than maybe you even allow yourself to be. So maybe you allow yourself to step back into your power. Let's start bringing awareness into the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Maybe we take one last final stretch, arms reach up overhead. Let's keep our eyes closed for as much as we can. I believe that Savasana is integrating everything that we have learned through practice. So we talk a lot about transformation, but integration is just as important, if not more important, so that we can apply ourselves in our day-to-day life where the practice of yoga truly begins. Maybe rolling onto our preferred side and just softening your down to the earth, whatever side you're on. Maybe allow yourself to feel cradled, to feel held. When you're ready, let's walk ourselves up, keeping eyes closed for as much as we can. We're just gonna come into a seat. It is getting chilly. I don't know if you can hear all this wind. This is my first real winter, and it's getting cold. It's getting really windy. But anyways, let's take one final cycle of breath together. We're really going to expand the lungs with all of this love. Take a deep in-breath. We're going to hold for one, and on our exhale, we're going to release through the mouth. So if you're ready... Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light in my heart honors and bows down to the light in yours. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. It is always such a joy and such just something that I've always wanted to do. I love sharing with others and I love connecting with others, and this journey that yoga, more so because yoga is everything, but since I started my practice of asana and really just embodying body and movement, it has just taken me on such an amazing journey, and I'm just so happy to share with everyone. I have so much love in my heart. So thank you from the center of my being. Aho.